is Saturday, kind of a dreary start to the day, but getting better. Less rain, and tomorrow it's going to be sunny. Going to celebrate New Jersey Transit's 40th anniversary. I'm at Penn Station waiting to board the 40th anniversary excursion to Bayhead on the North Jersey coast, which will have a Pennsylvania Railroad ALP 46 as well as the 4640 that was recently painted in an East 60 reminiscent paint scheme. And at South Amboy, it's going to be swapped out for a couple of F40PH-2 cats, 4120 and 4119, taking us to Bayhead, around the loop, and back to Hoboken. Should be fun. And if that's not all, tomorrow at Hoboken is a big festival. They're going to have all the New Jersey Transit Heritage locomotives there, in addition to a few other visitors. Oh, sunny weather tomorrow. It should be a rip-roaring experience. And we're all lined up here by car number. I'm in car 2. Good place. Hopefully I can hear some horn action riding the train. It's got Comet 5 cars and 4 private cars. All right, we're boarding our train. The car I just missed is the Hickory Creek, but I'll get that later. 20th century observation car. This is like an old New York Central diner. Here's the Pennsylvania Railroad Warrior Ridge. It's like a parlor car. Looks very plush on the inside. I've seen this on van trips behind Bennett Levin's E8s, and one of them are going to be at Hoboken tomorrow. And this car, another Pennsy car. Looks like some sort of a private car or something, I don't know. But now we're coming to the coaches, all Comet 5s. Hope the windows are clean. Some of these windows look like they could use a good scrubbing. These are nice big picture windows. I'm in car 2. I want to make sure I get a decent window seat. This is car 3. Windows look passable. With all the rain we've had the last week, I would hope they would have gotten a good thorough cleaning. It's coming down so hard, almost sandblast the windows. Okay, here we go. Nick has a window seat, and it's clean enough by his impeccable standards. And we got this 40th anniversary express lasers on the car. I got a window seat too, thank goodness, on the left-hand side. Well, we're handed a 40th Anniversary Express route guide, talks about the history and points along the way. In addition, there's a commemorative jacket, ticket jacket. There's our ticket for today's exciting journey, and the doors are closing. And here we go, 9:51 a.m. We're on our way. We got a lot of horsepower pulling us, like 15,000 horsepower between those two ALP 46s. They're actually ALP 46As. 4636, the Pennsy, and 4640. Newly painted unit, painted up to resemble the paint scheme the old GE 60s had. Well, we emerged from the tunnel. It's a gray day, but thankfully it's not raining like it was yesterday. Oh my God, man. New York City had about 7 inches of rain yesterday. There was doubt as to whether this trip would run today because the North Jersey coast had a washout around this little silver area, but they opened it pretty quick, and it seems to be all right, knock on wood, today. So, hoping for a great ride. Approaching Meadowlands, Secaucus. This is Croxton Yard.
Oh, Aaron. He's on the highway.
Secaucus. Erie's on the east end and Lack is on the west end.
Dairy.
We'll be making a Newark stop for passengers. And then we'll be running the rest of the way as an express, other than photo stops. It's a Portal drawbridge over the Hackensack River. You see the Pulaski Skyway Bridge in the distance. Interlocking is swift. That's the Passaic River there. Passing by MMC and the shared assets. Heads off down that way over the Point No Point Bridge. Down there is the Morrison-Essex line, or the Morristown line. This area is called Hudson Kearney Interlocking. It's where the Morristown line connects to the northeast corner. That's the Passaic River. Tracks with the third rail out there is the path. Be passing by the path shops at Harrison and Harrison Yard for New Jersey Transit. They store Raritan Valley Line trains there. I don't want to shoot too much. Be a lot to get today. Just the highlights. Alright, we're passing over the Dock Lift Bridge coming into Newark Penn Station. Going to pick up additional passengers. Hopefully they'll put them in other cars. Got to do what I can to protect my window seat. We're going in on, going in on track 5 here. That's normally reserved for the Raritan Valley Line trains. A lot of fans here, look at them. See if there's anyone I know here. So far I don't recognize anyone. Track 5. You're standing on the platform for tracks 3 and 4. You get a great view of this train coming in. Very rare that you see an electric powered train come in on track 5 that stays in electric power. Normally they convert from electric to diesel on track 5 for the Raritan Valley Line trains. But these are straight electrics, so that's very, 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 very rare for track 5. Okay, arriving Newark Penn. Okay, we sat here for about 15 minutes, departing here at 10:20. Next stop will be South Amboy for the engine change. It's been a long time since there have been engine changes at South Amboy. Passing by where near South Street, Newark Station used to be. Approaching Hunter.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of New Jersey Transit and Bayhead Railroad Authority, welcome aboard the 40th Anniversary Express. We're thrilled to have you. We have a few quick safety announcements that we have to ask you. Please, we ask that you remain in your seat. Please no riding in the distance. And please remain seated as often as you can. We'll be boarding several times throughout this trip, so we ask that you be especially careful and watch your step getting on and off the train. Our first stop on this trip will be the South Amboy excursion. When we arrive, you will go out the door and you will turn right and head down the platform. We have 2 spots for you to take photos. One will be at the end of the platform, the other will be across the walkway to the parking lot. We recommend the parking lot as there is far more room for you to take photos. If you are mobility impaired in any way, we recommend the platform because it's a much shorter walk and there is a ramp down to the photo location. And finally, on behalf of URHS and NJ Transit, we want to thank you for being here. This trip is a very special occasion for all involved. We are thrilled to have you with us. The logistics for this train have been staggering, and a lot of people from NJ Transit have been working very, very hard for weeks and months so that we can all be here today and have this train go off without a hitch. When you see somebody in an NJ Transit uniform, please thank them for us and thank them for yourselves. They're doing this out of the kindness of their heart, and they want you to have a great time, so thank them. Now sit back, relax, and please have a fantastic trip.
Okie dokie. We're going through lane interlocking near the old Waverly Yard, just south of there, and they're running us down track number 3. See, track 1 goes up over there. It rises up over the old entrance to Waverly Yard that the freight trains used to take in Penn Central in early Conrail days. They ran a lot of freight on this line back then before they rerouted it to Lehigh Valley and Reading tracks. We just passed North Elizabeth Station. There are loads of buffs out on the platform getting this, and they're sounding the horn for them. Shortly we'll be coming up to Elizabeth, where I'm sure you'll see plenty more of them. Hope to see a lot of familiar faces on this trip. I see a couple of familiar faces riding the train, like Nick, and one of the car hosts in car 1 is Joey. This is the big story on New Jersey Transit today, this train. Tomorrow is the Heritage Festival in Hoboken. I'll be there for that, with bells on. Let's hear him blowing his horn for Elizabeth. Not that many here, but I bet you on the parking garage down the track there. It's on the right side. Judging by the reaction of the crowd, there must have been a huge crowd up there on the parking garage. And we're about to pass through Elmore interlocking. Start 6 roads right here. Yeah, we're still going down track 3. Still continuing down 6 roads, about to pass under the B&O Bridge. See the truss bridge crossing over. Here it is. And we'll approach Linden Station, where there should be more buffs.
Wow. Yay! Yeah.
That's the last axle of the first engine. Penzie stopping.
Detector on the car. Let's go! Look, yeah, wow.
All right, 10:46, we're on the move. The problem was something dragging between the hoses on the locomotives. A minor problem. Hopefully no more. But we're on the move. We're approaching Rahway. We're going to go through the interlocking at Union and enter the North Jersey coastline just after the station. Looks like the rain has stopped around here. Okay, approaching Rahway Station. A little bit of a scare there. Fortunately, it was. Can hear the horn on the 4636, a nice unrestricted K5LA. From what I heard, there'll be a lot of unrestricted horns heard today. Well, we're getting ready to make the switch to the North Jersey coast. Here's the old Union Tower. One thing is for sure, you're not going to, other than this excursion train, you're not going to see any heritage units running around today. They're all going to Hoboken for tomorrow's big gala. Okay, we're going down in I think they call this the eastbound hole, where we enter the North Jersey coast. And when we come out, there'll be an interlocking there. I think it's called GRAW. G-R-A-W. I thought it was part of Union, but it's a separate interlocking. No, this is still Union. North Jersey coast. Yeah, this interlocking is GRAW, G-R-A-W. Avenel. Passing through Woodbridge, running on #1 track. trains here. Just passed the detector here, no problem, thank goodness. This is wood interlocking as we approach Perth Amboy. Joined up with the old Jersey Central line that head up towards Elizabethport and Newark Market Street. It's where the passenger trains used to terminate on the CNJ in downtown Newark. Perth Amboy Station looks a bit of a shambles. We got the Raritan Bay Bridge coming up here, so interesting highlight of this branch. Very muddy out there. Traveled about 29 miles from Penn Station, New York, but yet we're less than a mile from New York City. Staten Island's on the other side of the river.
That's the old CNJ station.
All right, here's the bridge. Scenic highlight of the North Jersey coast. Those fans are getting a great shot of the train there. Raritan Bay. On the other side, we'll approach South Amboy. Very important stop for this train.
That's the big bridge. Yeah.
Doesn't look very appealing to swim in today. Probably not on any day. Okay, this interlocking is SA, E-S-S-A-Y. Used to be a tower here with the initials S-A, letter S, letter A. Track used to branch off here and head down to the servicing facilities for the locomotives that worked in and out of South Amboy.
That's truck. No way.
Yeah, oh, there they are.
Oh,
oh, there's two. Oh my God.
Hey, South Amboy, just a minute. Please wait for the train to stop.
You'll see our replacement power sitting over here, the 4119 and 4120. The only two surviving F40 PH-2 cats. There they are. Beautiful.
Stephen Tolosky and Twisted.
Yeah, that's what I think that's the best part about this. You just get to see everyone like that, you know. Look at all of course.
Oh, it's real Buff City here.
Oh my God.
Good thing I got this.
Oh my God. They better be closing this book because we all got
Yeah.
Here we are.
So you guys can either shoot a parking lot or turn right to shoot.
What would you recommend?
The parking lot. Kevin said the parking lot.
Okay.
He's my boss.
This is Augusta Street. There used to be manually operated crossing gates here years ago.
I thought they were blocking off the station.
Right here was the grade crossing.
Ton of cops. Right. Parking lot will be the most ideal.
Are you gonna go through?
Well, here are the stars thus far. It's what did the work coming down here from New York. There's the beautiful 4640 paid in a commemoration that the E60s used to have. Got the 40th anniversary flag on it.
You're not backing up. Alright. Because I don't know, the place in Newark mode here turned me on. Yeah, Jeff Boy, you're back there. Yeah.
And there they are, the 4636 and the 4640. They look grand. Had to do a little running around. Train backed up. And the F40s are waiting in the wings on the side there off the stub track. There's Jeremy. He works in the shop. This area we're standing in east of the station at South Amboy is where they used to store the GG1s. They'd sit here and wait for the diesel to get cut off. from the F40s, pulling the train into the station to reload after a long-awaited engine change at South Amboy. It's been decades. New Jersey Transit once had a larger fleet of F40s, but these are the only two survivors left. Used primarily on work trains these days. I've had the pleasure of getting them on passenger trains numerous times. Leaving at high noon from South Amboy.
Huh?
Listen to that K5LA on that lead unit 4119. It's told it's been recently unrestricted. And South Amboy's where the GG1s used to swap out for, well, K4s back in steam days and E7s and E8s and diesel days.
I wasn't out. I wasn't able to make it.
You can see the headlight of the F4 coming.
You can smell the fumes from those F40s. And it rained just a little bit during the engine change, but for the most part it held off very well. A lot of people here, they thoroughly enjoyed the engine change. Number of scenic vistas on this line. This is one of them, just south of South Amboy, between there and Matawan. Look at this. A piece of land way out there, this Sandy Hook.
Yeah, we want to try and make it like a GG1. I don't think I'm
They're blowing the horn in both engines. The loop. And F40s will be pointing towards Hoboken. There's a Garden State parking lot. Passing Matawan. Aberdeen, Matawan. Years ago when the K4s ran these trains, between here and South Amboy, they used to get up to 70 miles an hour. There's a Semaphore Records recording called On Time, features some on-train recordings of the K4s on this line. Hazlitt Station. There's a bit of a grade here. I have a recording at home called Rods, Wheels, and Whistles, and it features several K4 steam engines passing through here, including a couple of Monmouth Park racetrack specials. Well, you definitely know the diesels are on this train. You can smell the fumes. We're in the second car. Talk about fumes. The old Pennsy E7s and E8s that they used to run on these trains. Man, oh man, they'd smoke up South Amboy when they started up. Looked like the whole town was on fire. White smoke all over the place. You couldn't see 10 feet in front of you. Later years, they got some interesting equipment. They got former Southern Railway E8s. They were running around in their southern blue, southern green and white colors. Another famous train that used to run, it wasn't really a train itself, but it was a collection of Great Northern and Northern Pacific passenger cars that they got as hand-me-downs, and they used to call it the Jersey Builder. Of course, the most famous named train to operate on this line was the Broker that ran between Exchange Place in Jersey City and Bayhead. It was an express. I think it went non-stop to Red Bank out of Exchange Place. Used to have a steam engine blasting through Newark Penn Station without stopping.
Let's see how fast we're doing. What's our speed? I got plays. Yeah. Let's sell some.
This is Middletown. Somebody riding in the 4120 blowing too. That's loud. Showing off that unrestricted K5 LA.
We got screwed so badly.
Little Silver. Across a few canals before getting into Long Branch. That may have been the area of trouble yesterday.
That makes sense. Like, I took a step back too. Like, since I started college, I was like, exactly. That's literally me. That started a few months ago. Here's what happened. I was talking to some friends. Like,
Weather's kind of dreary, but people are in good spirits.
it is funny how, like,
Yeah, this might have been a trouble spot yesterday. Looks okay today.
well, he kind of did himself. Well, not kind of, he did. Like, I know, like, college is so fun. It is. You go to college parties? No, my school isn't right now. What's it called again?
Horsenick Road Point.
We go.
There's another body of water here.
Oh yeah, I gotta ask more. How do you feel that Central Jersey is officially a thing? I live up in Lawrence County, so that's like a few weeks ago, like actually made it a thing. I always call it.
Yeah, it looks fine.
I always call it Central Jersey. I always call it Central Jersey because I'm like, a lot of my friends from North Jersey said they don't like it. They said it doesn't make sense. I thought I live in North Jersey. I'm like, it is what it is. I always call it Central Jersey. I just didn't know what the thing was. I hope about tailoring. That's what I'm going to get. I swear.
Coming in a Long Branch terminal for the electrics. One of those ALP 46As are down here. Once they disconnected from the train at South Amboy, they took off.
I think mostly going to town.
You'll see them in the yard down here.
Town is nice. I really haven't read that. You don't get many formers in town. What? Sometimes you get a lot of formers in town. So it's very hit or miss. Depends on what's coming. It's mostly down. The war on it, that's in the. Bro, if I didn't go to the distribution, bro, my arm was so sore. I would have been a lot quicker to grab them. My arm, yeah, I'm here.
speedway crossing.
Yeah, I guess so. What? No, it's not. They have no money. Well, look up these calls.
I hear a lot of horns from people's iPhones being played back.
Yo, there's Vic. There's Vic's in there. There's a few.
There's Branchport interlocking.
I take it off there, hands. So yeah, it would have been cool to chase, but the problem is literally everyone chasing. That's the thing. Yeah. I would so love the like it's fun. I think it's more fun to that's separate chase. No. I mean like with this. I saw like people were selling their own tickets. Fucking Swift concert. Bro, that's gonna happen with the fucking Chief Jets game tomorrow. Swift's going to that game. I'm not going. When they heard she was going to that game, they jacked the price.
Long Branch is an interesting town. It's just a relatively short walk to the ocean boardwalk, which is a beautiful boardwalk. It's got a number of restaurants.
Oh, how cute. That's so cute. Like everybody was like talking about it.
From here on down to Bayhead, we're pretty much hugging the Atlantic Ocean.
Can you see on my block?
This is Westwood Avenue crossing.
Oh yeah, I was wondering about that snap.
Running a sharp curve into Long Branch Station.
I got on my way home. I gotta see if I still have that snap. I think I do. So, did you video that time where I was fucking at
Long Branch Station.
I was gonna say, I remember this one time, me and this kid were at Speedway. Yeah, we're at Speedway. And then Jeff starts pulling up, so we start freaking out, frantically. We're like, and then start the car, get the fuck out. And I just. Did you video it? I wish we did. Bro, I know. If it happens next time, we'll do it. What's that? Look at how you have. Is this long? Yes. I've been here once before, so let's see what they got here sitting for Hoboken Power. Mostly just out, but then you're gonna have maybe like one. I don't know. Air Force 523.
Don't see anything here but the normal power.
Now, I saw jeans. 655. John. I got a video right up. So you hear two more.
Storage yard for the electric trains as well as the Bayhead shuttles. Bath Avenue.
I heard I never seen I hate that. It's a H77. I was supposed to go with y'all on that H88 trip a few years ago, but then I couldn't go. I prefer H76.
Elberon.
How like short-lived that. I still can't believe how short-lived that group was. What? So short-lived. Station was that
Normally trains on the North Jersey coast don't go very fast because the stations are so close, but this one is apparently not going to stop anymore until it gets to Bayhead.
I thought it was the first time. I was talking a while. He kicked me out of that game a while ago. He kicked me off. He kicked everyone out. No, he kicked me up because I said to chill.
Allenhurst.
Yeah, I got kicked out of that show. No, I've been kicked out of everything pretty much at this point. I got kicked out of that general chat months ago, but like, yeah, I'm never going back.
Shortly we'll be coming to the Asbury Park area. You'll see the remnant of the old North Asbury Park station. Asbury Park is where comedian Bud Abbott was born, and I think Bruce the Boss was from there. Sorry to hear that the boss is canceling his concerts for the rest of the year due to illness. You can't get any more New Jersey than the boss.
I'll open it like when we're that way we have like a bunch like open it while we're at lunch.
Or Tony Soprano for that matter. Lots of crossings here.
Because I told them I was trying with my high school friends so I could see them they got
Here's the North Asbury Park Station remnants.
That's how it started. And then like it's just been weird since then, but like shit was on the side pretty much. Apparently I got DM on one of the things. I didn't see it because I don't pay attention to my DM. I have no reason to. I'm doing shit here. Like, I'm not on my phone.
That horn chord gets a great workout on this line. Why hasn't the retired railfan horn guy spent some time here?
Watch how many red lights and stop signs I see. I call this Horn Valley.
Oh.
I call this Alien. They're probably yeah.
Well, here's the Asbury Park Station.
I'm guessing that's what you wanted to do. Take dates over here. I didn't want to change. He wanted to.
Cats are making a lot of noise. Just past Bradley Beach. Unfortunately, I missed that beautiful station.
I don't think that's next kind of that's the next kind. I think they were taking a break because they got to like something. I don't know. It's been a little bit though.
If I had $1 for every railroad crossing on this line.
The last little so yeah, they got to do now they got Pan Am.
We're just north of Belmar.
I don't think so. That's like, yeah, that's gonna be a good shot.
Gloomy day, but the rain seems to be holding off.
There's a couple. Whoa! People were skating on top of the.
Fans are finding any imaginable photo spot possible.
You're trying to stop the train? You're not gonna succeed.
This is Belmar.
Why are they still? I don't know. Because they want the leaders of it to get their.
This train makes even fewer stops than the broker. Down at this end of the line, the broker stopped everywhere.
What location they say it's at?
I heard that you know what the engineer.
Nice K5LA.
They're doing protests apparently. They're trying to stop the train. The engineer sees them. He just that's what I would do. Like we're not jump on the not I mean don't like and then there was somebody who like picked up and like a bunch of people. Yeah, it's like no charges.
Well, the next station we're going to go by is probably one of the prettiest, Spring Lake.
Anything with the shop house and send it to me. See how fast we're going. Just send it to me. All you gotta do is type it in.
Spring Lake. Beautiful station, beautiful neighborhood. Next station south of here was eliminated quite a few years ago, Seagirt. Alright, we just passed the old Seagirt station. We're approaching Manasquan. Brielle interlocking, we cross over the famous Manasquan drawbridge. You can bet the fans will be swarming around that location.
I don't know, but Ripple Line, yeah. I just know CP Behind line, I don't think it's.
Okay, we're passing by Manasquan Station on the right.
Oh, it's something cold.
Soon we'll approach the drawbridge at Brielle.
Oh, but you know what? We did. I don't know if I told you this, but we actually, when the Katy came on 18 we actually beat it from South Plainfield to town.
That train, that was that was hilarious. I'm like, who the hell?
A lot of people bailed on this to go to that, and I'm like, fuck that.
All right, got some beautiful seascapes here as we approach the Manasquan drawbridge.
Way better than sitting on the facility highlight, like West End and seeing just C6Ms and G.
Only 2 stations away from Bayhead. Point Pleasant and Bayhead.
Oh, imagine if we were on that water tower up there.
Oh, no, it's further down. My live location on Hoboken's down there. You just made it. And then we're going to Atlantis out here. So we're not that, we're literally right by Bayhead now. Yep. I could take a retreat from that one day. But my mom was like, no.
Oh, yeah, but Casey is too. I was at CP5. I was like, yeah, are we past the CP5? Because, where's Logan? Oh, no. And then, so there was a WSX. And he
See the track over the bridge. Here it is.
No, I don't think I got report this.
Oddly enough, on the parallel road bridge to our right, I don't see any buffs up there. I see a couple. Let's see. There's Dean. I'm surprised he could tear himself away from Altoona. He loves it so much.
Yeah, we're gonna do the movie now.
Oh, yeah, no, because the
They gotta switch it back around to get it.
Usually they have to have something that's
Yeah, because the platform's on that side. So I would
Okay, we're approaching the station at Bayhead,
Oh, I see the Canton one.
and it's rail fan foaming entourage here.
I know that, but still.
See if I know anybody here. It's a big deal here. Oh, what's this entourage holding up signs? Teamsters, Joint Council number 73.
Yeah, you feel the grinding also, yeah. Feel the traction.
No way to run a railroad.
No way to run a railroad is what most of those signs are saying.
Okay, so once we go around, we're gonna let everybody in the private cars, transit bosses and stuff, they'll get off first. Once they get off, we're gonna reverse it a little bit back so you guys will reach the platform, these 3 cars, and we'll let you guys off.
Okay, right now we're negotiating very rare mileage. We're negotiating the loop track here at Bayhead.
Are they out? Or they just protest?
All right, you're getting a good look at the yard here. You'll see all the trains lined up with the locomotives facing out. They all go through the loop track before they park in the yard.
Yes.
Always wanted to see this loop track. My day has finally come.
But I'll get all my What, you all wear the same hat? No, I'm just saying no.
So like,
Trains don't just make a reverse move here, they go through the loop.
Slow, slow, going slow is the way to go.
And it's still raining.
Hey, Becky, how you doing? 5 miles an hour.
No clearance, but the wetlands. Right, you know, right on, yeah.
It's funny, goes out to the city, and it's like, damn, boy, you got to play a squad rail.
Gallon for a swim.
So basically, what we're doing is we're spinning the train, and then we're going to spot the train. And once we get, so
Actually, our lunch accommodations will be under a tent. Yeah, the weather may not look like much now, but starting tomorrow, for quite a few days, we're in for a stretch of terrific weather. We deserve it. The last week around here has been about as rainy as I've ever seen it.
Once we get back around and they start the train.
Dom said shit about like putting those.
How long are we gonna have for lunch? A while. We got aboard despite the delay with the defect earlier. We got aboard the train at regular scheduled time at 2:20. 2:20, okay.
Board again back.
2:20.
Okay. And then we're supposed to depart after just maybe a 2-hour stop over here.
Yeah, for lunch. Despite how why?
That's good. There.
I have no idea.
Good.
They probably put in extra time for, situations like what happened this morning.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
All right, now you can see the F-40s rounding the beginning of the loop track here. When does this ever happen? This is extremely rare, what you're seeing, folks. Seeing those engines down here in a conventional consist, it just don't happen anymore. Not the greatest shot, but at least you're seeing something that you don't normally see in the 21st century.
That's sun. Now, this is kind of neat, isn't it? We didn't scare it off.
Quite a curve.
Damn, it's literally rampant right in that hill. No, you can't. Only today.
No, they use this loop, I think, for the those midtown direct. Well, not midtown.
No, they use this loop all the time.
Oh, we're just not allowed to ride it. Yeah. They use it for like equipment, like those New York direct trains from Bayhead. Yeah, that's probably what they use. Those run the Sunnyside Yard loop, is what I know, and I would assume they run this loop as well.
No, they move everything.
Yeah, because they want the locomotive.
Yeah, that's fine. We still had a lot of COVID.
Once we're gonna let everybody out.
Started absorbing everything. By the time I got down there, we started to like all
All right, we're in the back end of the yard now.
Adam Kussman?
No, Elms was.
Fresno was staying on that back road. Oh yeah. Like they should have got it from Joey.
Of course, when the ground.
Yeah, of course. He goes out for pretty much everywhere.
Oh, that's the road on the right.
Oh,
So
I got it right time.
Yeah, so you see.
Yeah.
Just be careful.
Okay, we're in one of the yard tracks here. You're gonna let the first class passengers off first, and then let the peasants off.
Isn't this kind of cool? This is where they keep all the New York trains. It's just we go along the level in here.
over the schedule.
You can see the tent. That's the lunch tent.
Please follow all instructions and watch your step on board. And we are also aware that within the next 8 days, we're going to be away and the entry areas. We encourage you to enjoy your lunch.
Years ago, I used to see a lineup of Pennsylvania Railroad painted E units here with a few CNJ GP40Ps. And this is the regular train that's departing Bayhead for Long Branch.
Yeah, 4533. I saw the Army. I saw another one which I think
Gotta wait for him to leave before we pull up.
That's like one of the originals.
Yeah, that is.
We saw both the originals. Oh yeah, 4554 was on
What does what do that? I know what do
That's a nice one though.
Oh yeah, take jump.
Wait, put on 4507.
Unrestricted born.
Unrestricted?
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard of it.
He's been unrestricted for long.
Jeremy's done a lot of great work. Walter Point and whatnot.
He's due out of Bayhead at 2:20. There's one coming in from Long Branch at 2:24.
Oh, that's the
Very good job, Mike. So,
Oh,
No, that's Alex.
look at this. Look at this shit.
Look at the Chevy Column. Oh my God. No lights are running. Thankfully, the guys are running. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, that's a transit strike. What?
Getting off at Bayhead for lunch. As the car number 1 car host, we all know who that is. Assist people off the train. Attaboy, Joey. Millions of penthouse views, not a dime for train crews. No way to run a railroad. Engineers and trainmen, I believe. Well, it's time to eat. Happily, it's not raining anymore. Keep my fingers crossed.
Hello, gentlemen. How you doing? Good.
All right, all right. Distracting us from our meal. Bayhead, making our way back to Hoboken.
It was just sticking out here, and I wasn't sure.
Had a good time here in Bayhead. Went around the loop tracks, had a nice lunch. Got some good shots of the F40 PH2 cats. Everybody was just having a terrific time. Now we're heading back. The engines are still pulling us all the way to Hoboken. And as we depart Bayhead, I can see blue sky emerging. Finally, this horrendous weather that we've been getting flooded with is over. And looking forward to some nice weather this coming week. It should be warm in the 70s, very pleasant for October. And tomorrow is October 1st. We're due back in Hoboken a little after 5.
We'll put it into perspective. The French national budget for rail last year was more.
Several people that I know who saw this train arrive here at Bayhead. Well, here we are at Point Pleasant Beach. They're going to make a beeline for the parking garage at Elizabeth, and they'll be passing them on this side. They want to get those F40s going under the wires. That's something you never see. From what I've been told, it's going to be a mob scene. Well, you'll get a first-hand look at it on this side. So here's the Manasquan Bridge we're crossing.
Infrastructure like the wooden roadways were in, none of that stuff was in. And that was only, maybe it was 3 years ago. And there was on the Newark side of the Hackensack River, here used to be a warehouse on the right-hand side.
Man, there are people out on the mud out there. Jeez.
Oh yeah, no, I see people.
And I worked in that warehouse for 3 years. And that building's gone now. It's all construction, and it's all, they're building the piers for the bridge and everything like that. So
This is Brielle.
Oh yeah.
It'd be nice to have the Fort Bridge going.
Oh, look at this, look at this. There's Ginger, there's Duncan. Oh, God.
Yeah, but, so, to Jersey City, from the car.
Oh.
It looked like that bridge.
Manasquan. Get to see a fast ride on the North Jersey coastline, something you don't see very often.
The location is,
Yeah,
I don't know what they call it. It says 40.
Stockton Lake Boulevard. Washington Boulevard. Ocean Avenue. This is Seagard. Monmouth Avenue, thanks to those placards on those signal relay boxes. Spring Lake. Warren Avenue.
Nothing else, it's a nice trail.
Can't wait till he starts blowing for all those crossings in Asbury Park. St. Clair Avenue. Ludlow Avenue. This is automatic block signals on this. Signal in one direction, one track only.
We're not as late as when we arrived.
Avenue. Avenue. Milepost 31. Quite a few rail fans out there. Some of you, when you see my video, you can comment on who you were and where you were.
How was the check-in process?
10th Avenue.
You need to rush too. You weren't in.
This is Belmar. Gonna cross a couple of bridges here.
Actually, I lived in Robbinsville.
The original plan was to take one of the 270. We'll get there earlier. Well, the express, I can get there back.
7th Avenue.
So I'll go back to the 6 o'clock train. We got to New York like 7:30. That was before the table was set.
Yeah.
So a Phillies fan out there. I met a nice fellow from Philadelphia who watches my channel. He's nicely, elegantly dressed in his Philadelphia Phillies garb.
Yeah, next time through, we're gonna have to figure out easier risk. You know, either mini season or going to hospital. They're full over and maybe just have a snack.
You know what? We're going.
Festival.
You probably won't do this trip again.
This is Evergreen Avenue.
You know, they're probably not better or run there's a good chance that this trip.
This is 6th Avenue. Bradley Beach Station.
Well, you know, it's a big deal for 40 years. It's a long time.
One of the Bayhead shuttles.
Are you going to Hoboken tomorrow? I don't think I'm going to go.
11th Avenue. Aside from a little bit of rain we had at South Amboy, the weather has held up very well today. And it's getting better.
When we put the first primer coat on, that made a huge difference. And it was like, okay, now I'm starting to see stuff that I guess.
Yeah, it does.
Asbury Park.
But it was basically, you know, sitting in the battery box with a
This
wider
is one
wheel,
central right here.
you know, rust off stuff. It's hard. You're always in a awkward position.
One thing about the Lehigh, oh, and then they, oh God, there's Gary.
It was pretty gratifying, like last weekend.
It's Monroe Avenue. Asbury Avenue.
And that's a long trip because that's long. It's not the end of the movie.
There's the one.
You know, you gotta go to, you know, Secaucus at least, or, well, you can go to Newark and go to
2nd Avenue.
But the other problem with that is,
have to go.
where the hell are you gonna turn
It's almost, you can't get there.
3rd Avenue.
then it obstructs the view.
4th Avenue.
But I mean, I live about 10 minutes from there, so
I
that's.
thought some of the places on the Long Island Railroad were thick with railroad crossings, but this takes the cake.
Unless they do this, I would.
Sunset Avenue. Sixth Avenue. I recognize somebody out there I've seen on a number of past rail fan outings.
I think because we used to have Hoboken Festival, we feel that. But
Yeah.
you gotta
That's part of the
I'm sure you are gonna work.
instead of the line.
For the photo stop they're supposed to have in Newark, Penn Station, I would bet that they're going to use track A there, because that's not normally used on the weekends. That's Allenhurst. Spear Avenue crossing.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Yeah.
Roselle Avenue. Sherman Avenue. Roosevelt Avenue. Approaching Elberon Station. Next station is Long Branch, beginning of the electrified zone. Great way to end September. Avenue. See if anything interesting is sitting in the yard at Long Branch. I wonder what happened to our special heritage ALP 46As. But regardless of where they are, they'll be at Hoboken tomorrow.
t-shirt with your ticket. If you could please bring out your confirmation email and show me on the confirmation where you purchased the t-shirt, and I'll come around and collect your size. Once I've collected all the sizes for everyone on the car, we'll go back, pick out all the t-shirts, and we'll come back and distribute them to you. I'm going to go collect the t-shirt sizes from the other end of the car. When I come back, I'll do the same for you guys, and we'll get you your t-shirts.
Long Branch. I didn't know about t-shirts. All right, rounding a sharp left-hand turn here. I get the highlights the rest of the way. All right, we're just south of Little Silver. Crossing a couple of rivers here. On the way down, people said there was a GP9 sitting in the yard at Red Bank on this side. See if it's still there. We'll be at Red Bank in a few minutes. Well, right here is where Monmouth Park is. Years ago, they used to run Monmouth Park racetrack specials. They ran quite a fleet of them many years ago with steam. Little Silver Station, Sycamore Avenue. I was told that a train that ran in front of us had mechanical issues and it just left Red Bank. So, see how that affects us. I mean, they can run either way, either track. Since we make fewer stops than he does, maybe they'll run us around him. Signal L178. Seen a few familiar faces on this ride. Some I know by name and some I know just by sight. Here at Red Bank, the old Jersey Central main line down to Atlantic City diverged off of there. The Blue Comet took that route. Slowing down. Well, here's where the CNJ comes in.
That's the Jersey Central Southern Division right there.
Heard the guy behind me say that was the old CNJ Southern Division. Chestnut Street.
It actually came right through here. That tower was right here. And then it crossed. You see some power lines? Here's one of the power stations. Yeah.
Red Bank Station.
It's the rear.
Liberty Rail fan is around here someplace. Around that train ahead of us, but we're waiting for this Long Branch bound train. Running us around at Bank. Soon we'll be crossing the Navesink River.
Coming behind 3XL. Anyone else?
I need Richie though. Anyone else? Because that's a huge cut.
There he is, right there. That was Liberty Rail fan.
Wait, this has got to be a kid's.
Yeah, but I had.
I've been keeping tabs on the movement of the train so we knew where it was.
Let me check. Yeah.
Crossing the Navesink River.
Anybody on the list?
Good idea. The track should be clear for a while after that Long Branch train passed. And since we're not stopping anywhere before Newark, we can run around the local ahead of us. Yeah, we're moving now. The sun is becoming more prominent, so much so that it's showing up a bit of dirt on this window. Well, we're crossing the Raritan Bay Bridge. I was distracted by somebody talking in the background, and I'm saying to myself, I know that voice. I've heard that voice somewhere before. Where have I heard it? I turn around and who is it? Spaghetti and Meatballs. Oh boy, he's having fun today. We're all having fun. This new span they're building here. I heard they were doing some construction on it. I would imagine when that's finished, it'll be a much higher speed limit over this. span built. Catenary poles are starting to be constructed. Oh, that should be good. It should be fast. Save a few minutes when it's finished.
Well, they still have to assemble it.
And here's the kind of messed up station of South Amboy. Coming up, well, here's where they're going to build a new station. Coming up to Wood Interlocking. This is where years ago the CNJ trains headed off up to Elizabethport, Jersey City, and Newark Market Street. Well, here's the interlocking right here. Wood. Okay, now we're on the old PA&W, South Amboy Woodbridge. As the line struck off for, the old CNJ line struck off for Elizabethport, Jersey City, and Newark. When the old Dean plan came into effect in, I think it was in '66, passenger service on that track died. No more Jersey Cities, no more Newark Market Streets. Ran trains out of Bayonne to Cranford to connect with the Raritan Valley Line service from Newark Penn Station to Raritan on the CNJ. Okay, we're about to join the Northeast Corridor here at Union Interlocking. We're climbing up from Groy Interlocking. I've been told that there was a fatality on track 1 at North Elizabeth. An Arrow MU slammed into somebody, and we're probably going to be running around that every train at 20. It's going back many years, at least 10 or 15. Track 1. Station. Oh, tons of buffs here. Well, here's the B&O Bridge. I'm told the railroad is shut down, so we're going to get stopped.
We apologize for any inconveniences. As soon as we have an update, we will inform you. Again, there is a hold on all tracks. We apologize for the delay.
After a little bit of a delay, we're finally on the move. See if we can creep up to it. Well, here come the signals for Elmora. The home signal. Switching over to track 2. Yeah, look at them all. There's Cooper in the white. There's Dean with his yellow hat on. Yeah, look at him. There's it's the hottest spot in town. There's the old CNJ station clock. But there aren't any tracks down there anymore. Elizabeth Station. Okay, we're approaching North Elizabeth Station. Bunch of fans here. They probably got to see more than they bargained for. Oh, I see that guy in the red sweater there. I've seen him many times before.
Oh God.
They were probably expecting a high-speed show through here. Well, this way they get to get a good look at the train. Take a look-see here and see what's going on. That's track 1 out there. The Copa right there. Train 7844, an Arrow MU. That supposedly was the train that struck that person. Those Arrows have been through a lot. Great equipment. You might think that's kind of funny, me saying that, because they look something like Silverliner 4s on SEPTA. But these things just look better and they sound better. Aesthetics. I'm big on aesthetics. Okay, we're passing Newark Airport. Soon to be coming into Newark Penn Station. It's a photo stop here. I don't know how long they're going to be here, but hopefully I can get out and take a picture of the engines for a little bit. I'll definitely get the consist at Hoboken when we get in. Aside from the mishap in North Elizabeth, which wasn't their fault, had that little hot box delay this morning, the trip went very well. Everybody had a good time. Locomotives performed magnificently. Very impressed with what these cats did today. You can't keep a good General Motors diesel down. Looking forward to seeing Caltrans versions of these engines soon. Caltrain has about 12, 14 of them. They got a bunch of F40 Screamers and 3 F40 PH-2Cs, like what MBTA had, that they rebuilt to 3Cs. When Caltrain becomes electrified starting next year, it's going to create a lot of surplus of those F40s. I wonder if maybe Boston might pick them up. I wish they would. Replace those damn HSP things.
Yeah, it doesn't like
Newark to our break, this is no longer going to be a 30-minute stop. So just along that road, remember to get off the train, take photos, and get back down.
I guess I should because I live in West Jersey.
What I could make out from the PA announcement, which was kind of hard to discern, it's going to be a relatively quick stop so people get out and get the photos.
Get right back up.
Really, the best track to put us in on would be A. That way it wouldn't interfere with any other traffic. All my years, I don't think I've ever utilized track A for a train before. Beautiful downtown Newark. Every track here has a purpose for the most part. 5 is used for the route valleys. 4 is used for outbound transit trains. 3 is used for outbound Amtraks mostly. 2 is used for inbound Amtraks, and 1 is for inbound transit. So that leaves A.
So if you've been down to see the SNS operation, or if you've been down to see the SNS operation, South Jersey, they're talking about your hat.
Oh, yeah, we did it before.
The ride from here to Hoboken should be interesting. Making the waterside connection and coming in that over the Lower Hack Bridge and past West End Junction.
Refurbishing cars, they want
Yep, we're coming into track A. Newark Penn.
Yes, like I saw, just got another whole bunch.
A lot of people are going to be getting off here, connect to the Penn Station, New York train. I'll take it all the way to the end at Hoboken and take the path in. Track A, Newark Penn Station. This is a first for me.
Tried to think what they just bought. It was like a ball as well, something like that. But I don't remember what we got. It's somewhere anywhere else. But then they've got a industrial line up in Albany area too.
Newark Penn. 5:13. All right, let's get a good look at these entrances. Photo stop. Departing Newark Penn Station. Next stop and our last stop, Hoboken Terminal. Gonna ride some unusual trackage. At least connecting from the Northeast Corridor to the Morristown line.
Yeah, I heard that.
So, that's a big deal for us. Restoring the 1372.
Yeah.
We worked really hard to get that done so that it would be available for display tomorrow.
Yeah.
So,
I'll be
Hope
there.
the rail buffs had a great time. There were lots of them to appreciate this train. Some I've seen more than once, twice, 3 times. I didn't really feel like chasing the train driving from Long Island through the city to chase this train. I figured it'd be a lot easier to ride it. No regrets. Okay, we're crossing over the Passaic River on the dock lift bridge. We'll follow our route to New York for a short distance, and then we'll curve off to the east.
It's a lot of work to plan this stuff out.
We had a conference call last night with all the volunteers. There was still stuff at 8:30 last night that had not been finalized. So when we came in this morning, we started setting up and doing everything. That was more like the final project, because you've got to work with the
Harrison Path Station.
list of availabilities at Penn Station. When are we going to load? Make sure we're not conflicting with their schedule and stuff like that. So there's a lot of there's a
Yeah, but I think they all agree on having for France and Newark.
Track over there is the Morrison-Essex line, or the Morristown line, as New Jersey Transit refers to it as. The old Delaware-Lackawanna and Western Main line. We'll be entering that line shortly.
For who?
No, for the public.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think it's nice that they're doing that display. It'd be nice to see that.
Huh? Well, we'll see what they have set up when we get there.
It's like the old days of the Hoboken Festival.
Yeah.
I think that I thought that's what they were trying to do, bring back, the whole Hoboken Festival thing.
Coming up over here is Hudson Tower.
Yeah. Hey, there they are.
On the right side, we just passed the 2 electrics that pulled us earlier, the Pennsy and the 4640. They're undoubtedly going to be on display in Hoboken tomorrow.
40 years is a long time. We'll see what the outcome is. They actually made it public in August.
Yeah. But,
Here's Hudson. Is where we switch on to the connector to the Morristown line.
probably not years, but maybe a year.
The hours and days you spent trying to plan it all out.
Yeah, there's a lot of few people that did a lot of planning for this. So.
Did transit approach you guys? Or?
I don't know how that really went down. I'm not in that. I keep telling people I'm just a low level control. I'm just a volunteer. I'm not in the decision making tree.
mind have chasing it, but I was like, you know what? 40 years, 40 more, it's just.
Yeah.
And I had to get my ass out of the road today to be here, and you know.
Most everybody.
Right with everybody else.
Yeah. But you're you know, you always look forward to it, and then it's like.
It's over quick.
It's over quick.
Hey, we're on the connection, the waterside connection, right alongside the Passaic River.
Yeah, what you're looking at down there is path. That's the west bank. Yeah. Here.
That dog in it.
Hey, Dad.
Okay, down there's the Morristown line. See that track on the far end curving up to the left? That's the Midtown Direct connection. Connects the Morristown line with the Northeast Corridor, so the trains from the Morristown line can go into New York. From there they convert from 25,000 volts to 12.5 kilovolts. 25 kilovolts to 12.5 kilovolts.
See, direct connection.
Yeah, that's your Midtown Direct connector.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like the set of bridges back there that are the herringbone, almost like a bridge. You know, you don't see that. That's an interesting structure. You usually see stuff like that.
Running parallel to the shores from Essex.
Well, this really is M&E now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because that's core.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like farmers.
I'm pretty much going through the MOC. Look at this. Yeah, pretty much.
On the right side, you can't see it, we're passing the Meadows Maintenance Complex. Services all of the New Jersey Transit equipment. This interlocking is called MMC. Okay, now we're firmly on the Morristown line,
Yeah, that's the MMC over there.
heading towards Hoboken. Hoboken is one of the great terminals, railroad terminals in the country. There aren't many places you can find a lot of 40 to 50-year-old General Motors diesels still earning their keep pulling passenger trains. empty station for employees. Buffs are still out. Start to see the Manhattan skyline now. Okay, we're going over the lower Hack Bridge over the Hackensack River.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hoboken division of New Jersey Transit. We will be entering historic Hoboken Terminal shortly. Enjoy the journey.
One of my favorite stations to go to. It's like a working railroad museum. Okay, this interlocking here is West End. This is where the old Erie tracks join up with the Lackawanna to go into Hoboken. It's a Y there. Tracks joining up. This West End Tower. Trains from the Pascack Valley, the main line and the Bergen County and Port Jervis trains come down this way and join up here. Shortly we'll be entering the Bergen tunnels. 2 twin track tunnels. Milepost 2. Hoboken Terminal.
Oh my God. Oh God.
Just passing over the Hudson Bergen light rail line. Heads up to Tenelli Avenue, Union City and North Bergen. East End. There's the yard. Let's see what's sitting around in here. Don't see anything spectacular, just a few DPs. See a Jeep back there hidden. There'll be a lot of interesting stuff here tomorrow. Be interesting to see what power they've already brought into Hoboken for the festival tomorrow. When I get in, I want to get the engines again. Get a picture of the Hickory Creek. I didn't really get a shot of that today. Wasn't able to. I'll get some dinner up the road. There's an F40 PH-3C over there, 4912. I remember that facility years ago. They used to back Stillwell cars and Wyatt Earp cars out with switchers, and then RS3s, GP7s, and E8s on the Erie Lackawanna would couple up to those trains. In fact, I think the engines were already on the train when the switcher pulled the cars out. This wonderful trip is nearly at an end. It's a great ride today. Weather held up pretty good. It's almost 6 o'clock. We were due in at 5:10, but circumstances beyond our control inhibited such an arrival. This brick structure here is huge.